I mean, that's the issue. I mean, I do agree that there's a lot of propaganda, and that is combination of leftist Marxists, which in my opinion have a lot of control on the Western media as well as a lot in India, although now it is changing. And so there is that, which says that, oh, the majority is always bad, and we have to, respect minorities to the extent that they, on appeasing minorities, they turn a blind eye to the evils that the minorities do. And two is that there is the thing about, like, of course, as money has flown into the Muslim world, you have total propaganda arms like Al Jazeera, you have TRT from Turkey, total propaganda. If you listen to their news for a year, you will think that in all of this year, not a single crime, not a single murder, not a single rape, not a single robbery was committed by a Muslim. 1.8 billion Muslims in a year. You think nothing ever happened. And so, so there's certainly that is a big issue. There's that propaganda. And I think it is creating a reverse effect, right? The action and reaction. And you see that in India, you see that in Europe and everywhere. I will just say one thing here, right? Like there's Hindus, there's Muslims, there's Christians, there's Jews, there's atheists, right? Pick any two religion. Right? Hindus, Jews, are they fighting? No. Hindus and Christians, are they fighting? No. Christians and Jews, are they fighting? No. Christians and Buddhists, are they fighting? No. Now let's talk Islam. Muslims and Hindus fighting in India, fighting in Bangladesh. In Pakistan, they already have control. Okay. Muslims and Jews fighting in the Middle East. Muslims and Christians fighting in Lebanon. Now, as the population is increasing in Europe and West, they're also fighting there. Okay. Muslims and Buddhists fighting in Thailand, fighting in Indonesia, fighting in what's the third one, which turned out very bad for them, Rohingyas in Myanmar. So, I mean, there you have to see that if you live on the street and all the other homes get along with each other, and you have a fight with everyone else, there's something wrong with you. And the issue is this politicization of Islam combined with the fact that this is the last word of Allah and nothing can be changed. Hinduism has evolved over thousands of years with a lot of changes. In Hindus, there's a concept of Nastik, which means the atheist, which is not an insult. Kafir is an insult. Nastik is not an insult. Christians don't do this. Like, I can go and burn a picture of Jesus in London. People will be offended, but they will not come and start beating the hell out of me. So I think that's the core point. And I think people like you, Lubna, people who are more tolerant in the Muslim world, need to start supporting people like you to bring reform. Because till the time we have these far left people who are Wokistanis, who just do appeasement of Muslims, you cannot appease snakes. And by Muslims, I mean the Islamists here, not all Muslims, the Islamists. Till you keep appeasing them, one day a snake will bite you, no matter how much you appease him, thinking that he will be good to me. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
So you're saying the common denominator in all of this are Muslims who are having issues with everybody else, and also would you say
Islam,
that
not Muslim, Islam?
Okay, it's not okay, fine. And what you are, would you also say that when Muslims are winning a war, then they don't complain, but when they start losing a war, they play the victim card?
Yeah, I mean, that always happens, right? Like, you see it all. I mean, I think you know this better than me. How many people Assad killed in Syria? How many people Saudis killed in Yemen? No one talks. And 30,000 people in Palestine is a genocide. Like, I don't know any Muslim who calls it a war. It's genocide. Like, they don't even understand the definition. And yes, it is sad what's happening. But if you are going to attack Israel and go and hide within civilians, they have to come after you. Otherwise, just imagine if I come in your home and attack you and keep going back home and stay behind my kids. I won the war, right? Because you can't do anything now. And I will keep coming to you, keep attacking you, and go hide between my civilians. Okay, I win because you can't do anything. And then put yourself like in your shoes. What are you going to do? You have to do something to deter me. You have to do something so I don't do this again. Even if what has happened has happened, you have to do something. So
I'm just conscious. Thank you for that. That Pandian and Nid is also online. Can I just also say